Tom Pincince alongside head women's volleyball coach Linda Sagnelli, now in her 18th season.
Wow.
It's hard to believe. I did the same thing with Coach Darcy the other day, and it
Time
was
flies.
18 seasons, and
Yeah.
this is my 15th year, so time goes
together
by
a long
pretty
time.
fast. You've had one child go through college already, the other one almost, maybe
Gonna be a
halfway
junior.
through. So time does fly, but
Mhm.
let's talk about preseason camp a little bit.
Sure.
Blue Devils came back a week ago today,
Mhm.
after a week of camp and working with some local youngsters.
Mhm.
Tell us about the first week. What do you look to accomplish? You know, you're going to start play in another week or so.
Oh.
What do you look to accomplish in preseason in that first week?
We have a lot to accomplish with 7 freshmen on the roster. So we have a roster of 16 players. 7 of them are freshmen, 5 are sophomores. So it's a really young team. So with a young team, we don't want to rush through things. And preseason, we kind of look at it as a journey, not just like we have to teach everything in one day. So I'd say we're about halfway through of introducing our offense, our defense to them. And what's great about this incoming freshman class is that, for the most part, across the board, their volleyball IQ is really high. So when we do introduce something, they've seen it before, heard it before, so they can kind of hit their stride with the veterans a little faster than some of the teams in years past. So we're really happy about the speed at which our freshmen are learning everything. And we have some freshmen that have some great playing experience and some freshmen that are going to be stepping into some key roles right away. So even with yesterday and adding our tip coverage, we were just focused on one major thing yesterday, and within the first 5 minutes of a certain drill we were doing, you could tell they had already gotten it. And I would have loved to have stopped it and gone on to the next thing, but we really need to drive it home. So they were great with it, and then a half hour later when we were scrimmaging, they actually remembered everything. So we're very happy
nice.
For the most part with the entire team, but especially the speed at which the freshmen are picking everything up. I think it helps us progress a little faster than we thought we were going to.
So 12 out of 16 players on the roster, and 16 is a lot.
It is
for
a lot.
you.
Mm-hmm.
So 12 out of 16 underclassmen, those 4 that are upperclassmen, what's their role with so many young players on the team?
Their role is to not let anything get to me and to handle everything that young players may be going through. I'm just teasing. Their role, so 3 of them are captains. So Lindsay Massacott and Maddie and Raquel, and they each bring their own talent in a different way to their leadership roles. Maddie, I call her Madam Secretary. It happens also to be her initials. And she is just super organized. She's a double major here at Central. She's
a student athlete who's not just a volleyball player. I mean, Maddie Smith is involved in just about everything within the athletic department.
She is. She's just a joy to coach. She's a wonderful person, and she's on top of everything. And so she really is great with all of the organizational stuff. Her focus is wonderful. Raquel is so intense. She just brings that energy to practice, to games. Lindsay's a rock. I keep calling her you're the rock of the team, you're the glue of the team. So they each bring their own talent. So I think with their example of leadership and setting the tone in practice, they're doing so many of the things that are so good for the younger kids to follow. So I really think throughout the season they're going to be great role models for the kids, not just on the court, but off the court, academically. They all get it done in the classroom. We just won the AVCA National Academic Award again, and I'm so proud of the team, last year's team, for doing that. And I think they just set the bar really high.
You do some things during camp to kind of mix it up a little bit so it doesn't get super monotonous in the gym. And one of those things annually is your beach day.
Yeah, you see my tan?
When you guys go to the beach. Tell me about that and what you do and what you hope to get out of a day like that.
Okay, well, it started a long time ago, and I am not a person who watches Survivor, but years ago at home I was just flipping through the channels and come upon Survivor, and they're doing this beach challenge thing. And I thought, that's really cool. And we could do that with our team and just divide them into 2 teams randomly and see what happens. So we started this, I want to say like 10 years ago, 11 years ago, and what we do every year is the team comes down to the beach in Madison, and we divide them into 2 different groups. Well, the most important thing is that we have a strong swimmer in each group, because swimming is part of it. We want to make sure, and the sound is very calm, so it's not like you're dealing with waves on the Rhode Island beaches. But so there's a swimming portion, there's a running portion in from the water, there's a digging portion, there's a teammate carry, there's an obstacle course, and so on and so forth. And it's really great because it's very competitive, but you see these different leadership skills emerge from not only the captains, but from other players. And you can't turn off the competitive button. They are so competitive with everything we do at the beach that it's great. It's a good workout. It's team bonding. It's out of the monotony of the gym. It was a gorgeous day this year. Wednesday was just like a top 10 day. And so we go through that. Raquel Chiarte was very upset her team did not win the Survivor Challenge. She made up for it though, because her team won the volleyball part of it. So she's.
I was going to ask, there's a little bit of volleyball in this
Of
too.
course, there's a little bit of volleyball in this, and we have some beach players. Madeline is a beach player from Huntington Beach, California, and she just plays very well when we go down there. But Raquel's team won it, and she is reminding everybody that she won the volleyball part of it, and it's okay that she lost the Survivor Challenge part. And it's just a fun day out of the gym. We also do a scavenger hunt because a lot of our kids are not necessarily live on a coastline, and this year it was high tide, so there wasn't so many things on the beach. But we say, what's a razor clam, and get a mussel shell and a hermit crab, which sends half the team around the corner when the crab actually crawls out of the shell. So we get a couple of things, comments with that. But I think those kind of things add to the overall experience, and I think it's invaluable to do those team bonding things. And the chemistry thus far, even though we're very only into it for a week, it has been phenomenal.
Let's talk a little bit about the schedule, and you're going to play the first month on the road, which is different than in the past.
Sure.
There were some things that came about and reasons for that, but it's not necessarily a bad thing because it allows that young team, those 12 underclassmen, to spend a lot of time with the upperclassmen. There's going to be a lot of bus rides, there'll be a lot of time in hotels.
There sure will be.
So what do you hope to get out of that 4 weeks prior to coming home, because you won't play a home match until we open up NEC play?
Yeah, that's correct. I think it's great. I don't view it as a bad thing. I view it as something that, sure, it's tough that we're on the road, but it doesn't matter. The courts are the same size of all these schools that we go to, so we should be absolutely fine with it. And opening the season with such a large trip, going down to Florida, going down a little early to practice down there in their facility, and get ready for the season. We have a couple of families that are joining us down there. I think it's a really great way to start the season off. And like I said, the freshmen come in with such a high volleyball IQ. We just have to get them now used to the travel that they're going to face, and the competition on the road. We open up with Florida Atlantic. They're a good team, and we're going to be tested right away down there. And I think we'll hold our own going down there. I think we may hit a couple of bumps in the road, but I think it's a great team bonding thing. The competition is going to be phenomenal, and it's against teams that we normally wouldn't play. So we're really excited about that also. And then everything after that should seem pretty easy to the team. We're home, and then we go to Lehigh, and that's only a couple hours away in a bus. So I don't have to worry about anybody missing a flight.
It's like a home game by that point.
It is kind of a home game. But back to back on the road, and then we're at a local tournament at Hartford, and that's just a stone's throw away.
Right.
And so I think it does get a little easier.
And there's a pretty good following. There's a group of student athletes and others that follow. I had taken my daughters to the Hartford match last year.
Great crowd.
I think half the crowd was wearing royal blue, so that's
Absolutely.
something to look forward to.
Yeah, they play in the nice cozy little gym, so you get a couple of hundred people in there, and at least half wearing blue. It's great. It feels like a home court.
All right, Coach, we thank you very much for your time. We wish you good luck, and open the season in about a week or so, and we'll catch you down the road.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.